for one thing, and you can also see it, they're white, right? Yeah. So just, if you use this, in fact, I'm even gonna put it down lower. All you need it to be is like covering about that, so, you know. In fact, you could even maybe move it down a little bit, so nobody's gonna notice that. So.
It just tells you where to put your pinky?
No, what it does,
Gives you
does,
some
because
friction?
you could know where to put your pinky, right? Even though you did have it in the wrong spot, but you could just see that. What it does is it adds a little bit of friction so that your pinky, like you were saying, your pinky wants to slide off, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you'll need, that's probably what the main reason your hand is tight. So, you know, do you do Collet bow exercises? Have you ever done something like that?
Yeah, sometimes. It's just like, when I do them, I'm having trouble keeping my bow, like, straight.
Like that?
Yeah.
You do that kind of thing with your
I mean,
fingers?
sometimes. But I just, because you were telling me that I need to keep my bow, like, straight.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, with a Collet, that's, yeah. Okay, let's address that later. Okay, so actually set your violin back down. And go ahead and you set your bow hand up again. Yeah, you know, you're actually starting out by putting your pinky over here, clear over on the opposite side. So, you know, if you have your pinky on the inside octagonal here when you first start out, so if you're, let's say you're in the middle of the bow. Okay, so just let go with this hand. If you're in the middle of the bow, playing in the middle of the bow, or at the tip of the bow, then your bow hair's flat on the string, right? And so this pinky really doesn't have to do much work, right? Okay, so when you come up to the frog and you tip the bow over, what was the top of the bow, the top octagonal, excuse me, becomes the outside, and so that's why your pinky wants to slide off. Now, once you get used to this and feel that ridge under there, under your nail, then you'll be able to do it without having to have that tape on there. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with that tape being on there. In fact, I think you could make a case for, you know, down the road, I mean, that could help people's bow hands a lot to help relax them, okay? Okay, so just keep in mind this is going to be very relaxed. Okay, now, can you set your own hand like that? Actually, watch me set my hand once, because I don't set it wrong and then fix it. I try to set it right to begin with. So, you know, I probably could do it even a little faster than that. All right, so do you see I'm curving my pinky, and I'm kind of course, I'm used to doing it that way. So, I actually tipped the bow over when I did it that time. You might want to do that. That might help you to tip the bow over like that. Although you can do it like this. The difference is your both thumb is not going to touch the hair if it's straight down like that. But try rolling the stick out away from you a little bit. And then how much space in here? Not a thumb space.
A pinky space?
Right, okay. So let me have your bow. Now, let me see this hand. Okay, so are you doing anything to that hand? You're not, this is just a natural way your hand was, right?
Yeah.
Look how close your fingers are together.
They're very close.
Right, that's the natural way your hand goes. Your bow hand has a habit of tensing up and spreading out like this. Okay, so that's why this, I always show people on this hand, because this hand doesn't have any habits. I mean, it does like this, but it doesn't, it's not a bow hand. So your bow hand, this is how I walk down the street. There's my bow hand. It's the same. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Okay, if anything, when it lands, this could be a little bit closer, but if you have a thumb space in here like this, you know, or if you're like this, then did you see how my hand looked tight?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, so this is an assignment to practice landing your bow hand like this. Okay. Again, tilt the wood away from you. Maybe not quite that much, like that.
Oh, I need to.
Okay, so what were you looking for?
These two fingers being like not over here and over here, or more over here, down.
You mean you mean this way or this way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you went over and you looked at it, your pinky went over like this because this is not a natural position, right? So I want you to, if you're trying to figure that out, just go like this. You know, it's a feeling thing. And then if you want to look in the mirror, you can. Let's go over to the mirror, so maybe that will, because anytime you put yourself into an awkward position like that, there's no way to keep your pinky on the ridge, which is really, really key. Okay, so here's your bow. Okay. So hold this a little higher. Remember, you'll be able to see it better. Okay, now this is naturally what your finger does. For this hand, not that it's a natural thing, but because that's what you're used to. Okay, maybe I should say your first finger has a habit of doing that. Okay, so it's not the natural thing because you saw what this hand looked like, it looked like that, right? So you want this hand to do the same thing. All right?
This feels more comfortable.
What's that?
This feels more comfortable.
It feels more comfortable because you're used to it.
Yeah.
All right, which is normal. Okay, so, yeah. So you're going like this. This is down, so you want to keep your hand. In fact, this is still over too far. There we go. So just a pinky space in there. All right, so, go on YouTube and look at a bunch of professionals' hands. I don't think you'll see any of them making a big space there. All right. So yeah, I'd be careful not to go like this because the whole thing we're doing here is getting your hand used to being. By the way, is that nail too long? If it is, I have nail clippers. Do you feel like it is?
I'm not really sure. If
Okay.
I play the piano and I hear noises, that's when I clip my nails.
Okay, well, it depends. If you play piano like Horowitz, you know what I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about?
Well, that was before. That was when I practiced piano more. If I heard nail sounds, I cut them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I get yelled at by my piano teacher. She'd be like, cut your nails.
Oh yeah, totally. That nail looks a little bit long, so leave a little of your nail there. Okay, leave a little bit of nail, but I would say that's too long. I just trimmed my nails yesterday, and I can feel the ridge underneath that nail. There's a little bit of white there, not much. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so you can leave a little bit of white, but there you go.
Like
so
that.
go in the restroom, and there's a wastebasket, or